Good morning. Day 96 of hiking the Appalachian Trail in 100 days. About 2.5 miles in this morning and got just about half a mile left to the top of Standing Indian Mountain, which I think will be somewhat significant because it's the last mountain I believe I will encounter over 5,000 feet. So last time I'll be over 5,000 feet in elevation this morning. And I did end up going to bed yesterday before 8 o'clock. So I woke up a little bit earlier and got on the trail by like 6:15. It was definitely still dark, so had my headlamp on close to half an hour, I think. But that works out because I sort of have a idea that it seems a little kind of crazy and stupid, but it also makes sense in my head and seems to fit my needs. So as long as the miles go well today, I'll let you guys know what that is a little bit later. So made it to the top of Standing Indian Mountain. Little side trail to get here, less than 1/10 of a mile. You can see some of the glow from the sunrise, and the sun is back there on the other side, poking through the trees just a little bit. So nice breeze. See some clouds down below. Pretty neat. So I'm below 5,000 feet now and won't be getting up there the rest of the trip. And there was actually someone camped on the top of Standing Indian Mountain, but it didn't even look like they were up, which I was like, man, you're missing these great morning views with the sun. And even though the sun wasn't out in that direction, you could still see some glow in the clouds from the sunrise, which is pretty neat. And the clouds and fog below and all that kind of stuff. So it's all right, I guess. They're doing what they want to. And the place I camped last night was actually pretty close to the Georgia border, probably 2, maybe 3 miles at the most. But the AT kind of does this little surprise north loop, so a lot of the morning so far, I'm about 5 miles in almost, has been going in the northern and western directions, and then pretty soon I'm going to kind of make a turn of some sort and start heading back in the south towards Georgia again, which I'll be crossing into today. So it's a little bit after 10 o'clock now, and we turned and are moving back in the southerly direction. So I think now have just about a mile, a little bit less, to reach the Georgia border, which is pretty exciting and hasn't really warmed up a whole lot today. Still seems pretty cool out, but there is a fair bit of breeze, so that's probably contributing. But I'm not cold or anything because I'm working and moving, but certainly not hot out at least. And I did get stung by a yellow jacket like probably an hour and a half ago, which is funny because the two hikers I saw, I think 2 days ago, told me that they saw a lot of yellow jackets in Georgia, but I'm not quite there, so maybe they're spilling over the border into North Carolina. All right, here it is, North Carolina, Georgia border, So I'm leaving North Carolina and entering Georgia. Done with 13 states on the trail, and I'm now in the final and 14th state with just under 80 miles to go. I think Georgia has 78 point something miles. So looking forward to getting closer to the end and enjoying the last 78 miles as much as I can. So it's about 12:15 now, and I've gone almost 18 miles today already. So really have a nice pace, and it's less than 3 miles to the place I was originally planning to stay tonight. So I'd be there before 1:30, and I was thinking my kind of crazy plan I was thinking about was to hitch into town this afternoon, because it's half a mile past that campsite to the road into town. So I was thinking I could hitch into town this afternoon, get some food, then hitch back to the trail this afternoon, hike backwards on the trail that half mile to the campsite, and then tomorrow morning, which is Monday, I would have to hitch back into town again to get my post office package, and then hitch back out to the trail to keep hiking. And it sounds not like the smartest idea, but I was thinking that way I could get some extra food this afternoon and hang out a little bit and charge, because my battery is running a little bit low, and I'm not positive whether it's gonna make it all the way to the end the last like 4 days or so. And then I could also, not spend money, but I think I'm probably gonna end up staying at like a cabin hostel type place that's owned by someone that does shuttles and Thru hiked a number of years ago. It's a little more expensive. It's like $50, but she's willing to drive me, pick me up at least. I think, I don't know. She's definitely gonna pick me up probably once today and once tomorrow. But I'm still hoping to go to town today to get some food as well. So not sure what exactly is gonna happen, but I think I'm probably gonna be spending a little bit of money. But I don't know, I was kind of thinking, it's the end of the trip, I can splurge a little bit on maybe a little bit nicer accommodations. So I think my current plan is sounding a little bit less crazy, but a little bit more costly as well. Well, so far, Georgia is living up to what I heard about it from Broken Compass, because I got stung just a few minutes ago by a yellow jacket, and this time it was right on the shin, on the right shin. So that's probably gonna hurt more, since it's kind of where my shin is still a little bit swollen from the shin splints already. So that's a little annoying. But the first yellow jacket sting from the day was on my right calf, and that kind of doesn't really hurt anymore. So yellow jackets, I think, typically aren't too bad. So that's annoying, but not the end of the world. But I just thought that's funny. Been in Georgia only an hour or two, like 2 hours, and got stung. So gonna keep moving, and I think I confirmed with Grace, the cabin owner, I'm just gonna hitch into town, get some food there, hang out a bit, and then she's gonna pick me up sometime later this afternoon and take me to the cabin. And there's apparently someone else staying there, which is interesting because it's the first time I'll be sharing a hostel with someone else. And then in the morning she'll take me to the post office to get my package. So I think it'll work out. It's $50, which is more expensive than any of the other places I've stayed, but like I said, not the end of the world. And I'm getting towards the end of the trip, so I guess I'm feeling like treating myself a little bit. So I'm in Hiawassee now, and there's this neat lake pretty close to town, so that's kind of cool. And it took me, I think, a little bit over half an hour to get a ride into town, which was a little bit longer than I expected, but not the end of the world. Super nice couple picked me up, and the guy said he's done day hikes of a fair bit of the AT, maybe 100 or 2 miles in the southern section here. And they dropped me off at McDonald's, and I got some food there and chilled for probably close to an hour. And now I'm walking to the grocery store, and I have a dream in my head of creating a 5-day ice cream streak these last 5 days. And we will see basically on Tuesday, I think, for the most part, whether that will become a reality, because I'm kind of banking on something falling into place then. But anyway, I'm gonna buy 2 pints of ice cream at the grocery store and probably some other little snacks, so I can eat one tonight and one tomorrow morning before I leave the cabin. So I'm here at the hostel. It's not really a hostel. This lady, Grace, was a section hiker for, I think she said she started in 2002 and ended in 2016. And I think she took a year or 2 off in there. So this is kind of, she said, just like her art studio, sort of, that she puts a bunk in and sometimes lets people stay here. She's really just a shuttle driver for the most part. But I just started my laundry and took a shower and got these nice loaner clothes on here. And I thought there was going to be a freezer. She said like a mini fridge, so I thought there was a freezer attached to that as well. So I bought 2 pints of ice cream, one for tonight, one for tomorrow morning. So I'm about to eat the one for tonight, and I guess I'll eat the one in the morning. It'll just be like a milkshake basically, I think, but that's fine. I think it'll still count. So it's almost 5 o'clock now, so still got plenty of time to chill out and get my wash done in a few hours, and then basically just hang out here. She's gonna take me to the post office in the morning when it opens, and then back to the trailhead. So in the bed for the night, and did a total of 21.1 miles today, and ended at mile 2128.0. So just under 70 miles left to go for the trip, and only 4 days. So if you do the math, that's less than 20 miles a day. So shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully, but getting resupplied tomorrow morning, which will definitely be making the pack heavier, but it won't be too bad. And the host, Grace, actually gave me some sloppy joes when she saw I was eating my ramen. She was like, oh, you gotta eat some better food than that. So she gave me some sloppy joes and a few cookies. So feeling pretty full tonight, and definitely got a lot of extra food, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. The good thing about Georgia is most of the shelters have bear cables or bear boxes, so just a little convenience to make your life a little bit easier. And that just makes me happy, I guess, just because it's a little thing that's just a little bit easier. So Looking forward to that, and yeah, just got a few days left, and hopefully the last few days are filled with good hiking and maybe some good people along the way, and a good ending to the trip.